That's crazy. And he hangs up on me. I mean, the 6S may be dead. I mean, that's just insane.
Can I be honest with you? I was watching Snapchat story things.
Oh, obviously, it was good because you sent me the voicemail quick.
Well, no, I hit accept, and then it must have been such a hot, video. It bumped your call and was like, yeah, you need to watch the end of this. Yeah, I get that.
What was it?
Some Lindsay, IG model.
Of course. All right, the priorities are in the right spot. I was gonna be mad, but now that you say it like that, all right, I'll let it slide.
Hey, before we get started here, did you hear the news
regarding
Tiger was confirmed to play a couple holes?
Oh no, I didn't. How about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's on the. I think he's on the fast track for at some point in 2022. We'll see him out there.
That feels like a relatively quick bounce back, given how gruesome that injury sounded.
What was it, February?
I think so.
February.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't
taken off.
Yeah, and yeah, there was thoughts at first that people weren't even sure if he was going to live through that, and he's back by the at least coming back towards the end of the tail end of the year.
No, he's not going to play anytime soon. I mean, 3 holes at Pleasant Valley doesn't equate to 872 at Augusta. I mean, let's pump the brakes here. But if
you and him go out to Pinehurst number 4 right now and you go head up, I mean, what's that score at this point in time? Like you do it today.
After what I just told you that I blew up today.
Yeah.
Number 4, I could probably get around in about 102 strokes. I think he's got a good chance of getting under that.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say, I think it's funny how my window that I gave you to do this today was, well, what did I say? Oh, yeah, anytime during the day, but I have a quick session at 5 o'clock I got to do. So if we could get it in before that, I'd appreciate it. And what time did you call me at? Oh, yeah, 4:10.
Well, here's the thing, man. Some of us, like I told you yesterday, aren't gifted with great genetics in the legs. So you can't skip that. I mean, as much as I'd like to do this, calf races take precedent.
I understand.
I hate to say that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, did you do what I told you about my boy, where he did the second ever 1-rep seated calf raise max I've ever seen? Did you give that a shot?
No, because I would tear the Achilles straight off. I mean,
bilateral Achilles tears.
Yeah, my max is maybe like 2 1/4, 245 1/4, and I'm yanking that fucking thing up.
Yeah,
with my arms to get it up. So.
Yeah, you're like using arms, like throwing the back. You're basically bouncing it up and down.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys out there 6'4" like myself that understand the pain. we weren't gifted great genetics like you.
Tell you what,
we had to work for it.
You would rather be 6'4" and have shit calves than you would be 5'6" with awesome mailman calves, though.
1,000%.
Let me take it a step further, even 5'10".
Well, you don't get looks.
Exactly. I mean, but here's the thing: you get looks because A, you're tall, which is like chicks are into that. But 2, you get looks because it's like, well, why is that dude wearing sweatpants? It's like 95 out, and like humidity is like 90%. Like he's got to be dying. Must have shit calves.
I saw a meme, and you'll like this one. Quick one. It was Beauty and the Beast, and the Beast was saying, I'm a beast and I'm ugly, and he says like 8 or 9 different things, and then he says like I'm tall, and Beauty says, "Oh, you're 6'4". He says, "Yeah." He's like, all that other stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can work around that.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't have a lot of money like the Beast, but
of a lot of things that I'm very thankful for, I don't think anything trumps the fact that I'm at least over 6 foot tall, because that is an automatic no for a lot of chicks.
What's your program height?
Okay, so here's how I say it. Right? Here's how I say it. If I don't have shoes on, I'm 6'1". With shoes, I'm 6'2", and if I'm in a bar, I'm 6'3". do what you will with that information.
Jesus. So if I'm like at the same bar, I'm like 6'7".
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, you kind of have to check my 6. Because I kind of need you to cover for me. Because if you say you're 6'4", I say I'm 6'3", and they look at us, they're like, well, I'm seeing like a 3-inch difference here, so I don't get it. Like, math ain't checking out.
Tell me that going in. Like, hey, we're going with... Usually it's like, yeah, I'm going to be a doctor or have some backstory. Hey, man, I'm going at 6'3" tonight.
Oh.
Like, just remember that.
Mine's just strictly the height. I mean, I'm gonna have to start looking into like if they make like wedges for shoes. So I'm like kind of like on my tiptoes the entire time I'm rolling around in the bar or something, just trying to get looks out there. That's what I'm saying. I got little man syndrome and I'm like 6'1". So I mean, imagine I'd be a horrible person to be around if I was like 5'9".
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be insufferable.
The start of this conversation would have went totally different.
Yeah.
You know.
We got off the rails a little quick, but that's all right. Well, to be honest with you, I was debating moving that 5 o'clock. It's a makeup anyways, so I might push them to next Friday. So I might take a brief intermission if I have to reschedule that one. I was kind of thinking about doing it anyways because I'm crazy far behind on all my documentation and notes, so it'd be kind of a win-win. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, weekend's supposed to start Thursday night.
No, I mean, like, why would you push it back to... Because then you're going to bitch next Thursday, like, man, I got one at 5.
Well, ideally, we won't wait until 20 minutes before that session to do our podcast.
I mean, we don't need any more time. I already got material here.
It was just like, I was starting to think you didn't want to do it. Because first it was like, well, I'm golfing. Well, it's 45 out, category 5 hurricane winds, and it's raining, so I'm leaving there. Okay, 6, can we do the podcast when you get back? Yeah, no, I got you. Hey, bro, I'm going to run to the gym real quick. All right, can we do the podcast when you get back? Yeah, I got you. Hey, bro, I had to swing through Walgreens and get, let's see, what'd you say? Beef jerky, Zyrtec. G2, a 90 rack of Zyrtec.
Yeah, Q-tips and 2 things of chapstick. You should have seen the girl's face, like, what the fuck is this guy?
I don't blame her. Like, yeah, this guy's a psychopath.
Like, don't ask questions.
Yeah. I don't have to answer questions.
I'm going to go to Circle K to get, like, the duct tape and everything, so yeah, we're good.
That's the key. Buy it all in separate locations. As Charles Barkley would say, don't commit crimes with checks. Cold hard cash.
That is true.
All right, bro. Yeah. I forget the rundown that I sent you. I got pulled up on my tabs here. I got college basketball, college football, NFL, and then college football playoff rankings. We can start with Ohio State. We can start with anything. You can actually pick.
Let's go college basketball. I'm not touching on NFL. I mean, it's just right. We'll touch on NFL maybe tomorrow.
Right.
That's not high on the priority list. High on the priority list today is there going to be an upset? Cincinnati versus South Florida tonight, on right now.
I saw that. Yeah,
and
I saw they were on.
College basketball game of UCLA and Villanova, 11:30.
I took, let's see, I bet on South Florida to cover the spread. I think the Cincinnati-South Florida spread was like 24.5. I took South Florida to cover, looking good early. They're up 7-0 midway through the first quarter.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got off topic quick. Give me your final 4 teams in college basketball. After you saw the first game.
Yeah. All right, so I had it even before they started playing. I just gotta recall. So I got Gonzaga, I got Duke, I have Michigan, and I have Ohio State as my final 4. Well, you didn't even ask my next question. So who's the championship team? So I'm going Ohio State beats. Wait.
Ohio State beats Gonzaga.
No, Ohio State beats Michigan in the Final 4. We meet at the regionals, or in the Final 4, excuse me. And I'm going to say Gonzaga beats Duke, and then we beat the Zags in overtime by 3 with a natty.
Clown show. Absolute clown show. I mean, you just can't take that serious.
I'm telling you, we get better. Dude, this happens every year. And every year you panic week 1 when we barely win or we lose to a team we shouldn't, admittedly. I mean, we got Niagara.
I don't know why you're saying we. We took down a top 10 team.
That's because you say we when it's like we're in the Big Ten championship game last year.
Well, because I'm not going to root for...
And Duke was dog shit, so then all of a sudden you jump on board. Why don't you go ahead? What's your final four? Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
Duke won champion. Now let's just get that out of the stage.
Well, I didn't knew that was coming.
Best two freshmen in the country. That's over Chet Holmgren. Zags.
Yeah.
My sleeper, it's not really a sleeper because they're ranked 7th, but
Purdue.
I like Purdue. And I'm going to go UCLA just because they brought back their entire squad. And Johnny Uzang's a stud.
Is John Wooden still the coach at UCLA?
Yeah, and Kareem is the center, which that's why. And they're bringing Bill Walton off the bench.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going against UCLA because A, John Wooden's not the coach. B, they don't have the unstoppable move on the roster anymore. C, they screw me in every. They're one of those teams where if you pick them to go far, they lose early, and vice versa for me.
They got to the Final Four last year, dude.
Well, yeah, I picked them losing early.
Yeah, that's early. Yeah, that's early. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I think I had them. I might have them losing the first round.
Baylor?
I think they might have, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so they lost the eventual champs. That's not that bad of a year.
Well, I understand that. I really didn't realize they were bringing everybody back, to be honest with you, either. I didn't realize Villanova was 4. What's their coach, Mark Wright? I don't know. Villanova, I have trouble buying stock into. I guess Jay Wright, that's right. All right, well, they're locked in for history, so we'll see what happens come tournament time. You heard it here first. One way or the other.
First, Duke has 2 of the top 5 picks in next year's draft. Heard it here first.
I wish I would have done more research on their freshmen. That is my bad.
I mean, okay. Trevor Keels and Paolo
Banchero.
Yeah,
I'm looking at him right here. Banchero was the kid I was telling you about that I was hearing a ton about. Banchero. Well, I don't know. What about Keenan Worthington? Why is no one talking about him? You don't even know who it is, and to be honest, dude, Bates Jones has like a school picture from legitimately probably freshman year of high school. It's like his yearbook photo on here that I'm looking at.
We try to get the GPA up lower towards the bench.
Yeah. I mean, you know why a couple of those guys are on the roster. That's for certain.
We got Army tonight, by the way.
I saw that. Yeah, the spread was, I think.
Big game for Coach K.
I think I saw the spread was 25.5 for Duke. I didn't bet it.
It'll be closer than that.
No, I was thinking so too. If I was gonna bet it was gonna be Army to cover. It's always hard to stick with a spread that deep. All I know is our dates are circled for November 30th. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, like if you beat Akron by a point off a shitty defensive play, you're gonna need to come with more smoke than that, or it's gonna get ugly.
We got plenty of time.
You're the king of betting against my teams, and then you're like, yeah, High State's minus 40 against Akron, and you hammer that over.
For the record, I hit on that game because I took the under. I took the under, whatever the total points was. I think it was in the ballpark of $1.50. I knew that was way too much. I knew we weren't going to touch 70. Right? Yeah, it was 67, 66.
I'll tell you this: you're going to have to score more than 67 to get a win against the Dukies.
All right, well, we'll see. I mean, the shot can rattle some young players. Go ahead and ask Sub-Zero that. Oh, wait, no, that was at your guys' place when we beat you. Wait a second, hold on. We beat you at home, but who'd you guys have that year?
That was when Solinger was playing.
Yeah, I think Kraft was either a freshman or sophomore. I don't recall who you guys even had on the roster, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll say this much. We got a tough schedule coming up. We got Bowling Green, who's no joke. Xavier, they're no joke. Seton Hall is actually, I think Seton Hall is actually decent this year, from what I understand. Oh, we play the Cats 2 weeks after we play you guys.
Cats blow the fucking doors off. You don't get better.
We'll see.
You don't get better.
This is what everybody always says.
Get in the lab, just like my golf game. I can't keep going out there and just trying to play. I need to hit balls. That's what you need to do. Get on the gun.
We're working on it, dude. I got faith in Holtman. It's just like you're acting like the first game has to be. By the way, how'd you guys do last time you were this excited after game one when you had the God Squad with Zion, RJ, and the crew?
We went farther in Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, you made it to like the Sweet 16, though. You lost like Taco Fall and
That was the Elite
Central
8, dude.
Florida.
That was to go to the Final Four.
All right.
We lost to Xavier fucking Tillman, hit like a 30-footer. That dude's never shot a 3 in his life.
All right, last cheap shot I'll
Straight
take here.
facts.
Last cheap shot I'll take here at you. You just got to avoid Lehigh in the tournament. You should be good. And we just got to avoid who we lose to last year. It was like Florida something. I can't remember who it was. It was number one scorer in the country, though. I remember that.
You got the brakes beat off you, too.
No, we didn't. We lost in overtime.
It wasn't close.
And by the way, they made it to like the Elite Eight, too. Who the heck was that? It's not even going to let me go back yet.
It was a bad loss. I'll tell you that much.
We should have won.
Whoever it was,
We should have won.
Bad loss.
Yeah. Well, that dude was unconscious that game. He freaking ramroded
He's
us.
back, dude. He's still there.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. Hopefully, you don't run into him again. He's going
We
to
got-
go for another 50 spot.
We gotta dodge those guys. I'm gonna take that. We gotta dodge them. I gotta look.
Predictions for the Bucks game tomorrow. It
Yeah.
moved to 21. by
Did
the
it
way.
really? I took
Yeah,
it. I got it at
20?
20. Yeah. And to be honest, I'll always bet Ohio State to cover. Now the question is in terms of Oral Roberts.
That's right. That was a
Yeah.
bad loss.
I think that
Fell
was it.
Popcorn.
Yep.
Fucking took you out.
Yeah. That dude was nice with it though. All right, let me pull up Ohio State here on the old tab.
David Pollock's already calling for an upset. Saw it on ESPN today.
Really? He's usually pretty good to us too, I feel like.
Well, he's not necessarily wrong. I mean,
I
they
tell you
threw
what.
for 5 Bills last week, and we can't cover anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this much. I think it's number one criminal Purdue's not even ranked, which I think they are
They're
in the
17th.
college football
They're
playoff.
19th.
Yeah, for whatever reason, whenever I Google slap it, it always has,
Like AP.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about it. Fucking AP. They got Cincinnati at 2. Cincinnati's still 5.
yeah. Yeah, you're 100% right. I think it's criminal that Penn State's not ranked. I mean, Purdue's got a case. I mean, they're one of few Power 5 schools that
Purdue's
scheduled.
lost 3 in a row.
Who has?
Purdue's lost like 2 out of 3 or something like that.
Are we talking football?
Or Penn State, rather.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They went Illinois, us, and then before that it was Iowa. And then they kind of beat the brakes off of Maryland last weekend. Who you got in that one? You like Penn State or you like Michigan? I already bet on it, but I won't tell you.
Michigan. Where's it at?
Penn State, but it's not a whiteout. It's a noon kickoff. They already used. Apparently, they're only allowed one whiteout a year or something. It would appear because they have. I'm surprised it's not a whiteout night game.
Michigan.
But
Michigan.
really,
Yeah.
you got a score?
35-28.
I don't hate that.
35-31.
I'll take.
I think it would be close.
I'll take Penn State 24, Michigan 21. I took Penn State money line.
That's probably more realistic. I don't think they can score.
I don't either.
Either team, really.
I don't either. Yeah, I think Penn State's defense is pretty good. I think Michigan's is all right. I think Corum could be hurt for the game. They haven't announced for sure if he's playing or not. He got hurt in the last one.
Yeah. What do you think about the updated top 4? Doesn't move the needle for you?
I don't really. I mean, it's the same thing. You win and you're in. We just got to win out, you know.
Well, if they get Alabama's dick out of their hands, like there's no way it should be 2. Let's just be honest.
No, I couldn't agree more.
With their rationale, dude, they won by 6 points.
I know. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though: is who would you have at 2? Would you have Oregon?
I think we're a better team than both those.
I was shocked to see Michigan jump Michigan State, considering the head-to-head matchup. Because I have no problem with Oregon being a spot ahead of us for very obvious reasons. That's totally rational. My issue is Michigan State. It makes absolutely positively no sense why you would have them jump them. They're starting to lose all credibility. I'm honestly still shocked, like Oklahoma didn't jump them or something.
They didn't even play. You're right. Well, the chairman, I don't know if you watched it or not Tuesday.
I didn't. No.
He didn't really have a good answer for it. He's like, well, their loss was worse than Michigan's loss losing to them. What the fuck does that mean? Dude?
Yeah. Maybe you have Purdue significantly undervalued. Which the college football nerds. Yeah.
They're a good team, man.
Yeah, and I think one loss was Notre Dame. One loss was they got kind of pounded by Wisconsin. I don't know if I can click on schedules here. Early. And then their other loss, let me look that up real quick. They lost to Minnesota. That's a bad L.
That's a bad loss.
That's a bad loss.
Minnesota losing to Illinois 14-6.
I just hate it because it has the feeling of like David Bell has the feeling of Rondale Moore. You know what I mean? I do.
We saw how that played out.
Yeah. I mean, I like to think our defense is better than the 2018 defense, which was like historically awful. Shout out Greg Schiano.
Leading the Scarlet Knights to another 2 or 3 win season.
Yeah. Which I think I took the Scarlet Knights this weekend to at least cover.
We were high on the Scarlet Knights early.
They looked good early.
Still kind of am. They're better.
The wheels fell off. Well, I was looking at them. They've had some bad losses since we last saw them. You probably haven't checked in for a while, as I did not either. I mean, dude, for instance, last weekend they lost to Wisconsin 52-3.
Bad loss.
That was worse than we beat them.
How do you give up 53 to Wisconsin? I mean,
that's a valid question. Wisconsin's got Wisconsin's got a QB that can't even throw the rock, and they've completely gone away from it. All they do is run the ball now. They've just negated throwing as an option in football.
When's the last time they had a quarterback that can throw it out of his shadow?
I mean, it'd have to be probably
it's not Stovey.
It's probably not Jack Cohn.
It's like King Cohn.
I mean, Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
That'd have to be it.
And that was what? 10 years ago at least?
Roughly.
More than that.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a minute. You would think, sometimes I wonder if they're a sleeping giant, and I always ask myself that because they always have a great offensive line. They have a decent defense more often than not. It feels like they're always a quarterback away, maybe a couple of skill position receivers or something, but they never get them.
Well, it just reminds me of Ohio State basketball. Like, you can't keep
pounding
the same tired offense.
What are you talking about?
60 a night and expect to win. Yeah, you'll beat Akron and St. Mary's of Latter-day Saints, but I mean you can't beat teams that score.
All right, bro. I mean you're based off such like a small sample size. We were a good team last year.
Since they got to the final game.
We made it to the Big Ten championship game last year. We beat Michigan in the semifinals. What are you talking about? We were putting up buckets. Dude, we're literally one game into the season. Oh, God.
There we go.
For the love of God. Okay, well.
We're off topic here.
Yeah, I mean, all right, look, I took a couple cheap shots early. You get some back. That's fair.
Like, the smoke is not good because you'll be like, well, we didn't make it. And then my rebuttal will be like, so when's the last time you guys held the trophy up? And then here we are again.
And I'd be like, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can go talk to Jerry Lucas and John Havlicek back in '62.
Yeah, like, remember Clark Kellogg in the 80s? Yeah, he kicked everybody's ass.
Jim Jackson was nice like that. All right, that's besides the point. We're past basketball. What's your score prediction for Purdue?
Man, I usually don't know till the day of, but I'm going to go.
It is tough.
Man, I just don't see us scoring a ton. Like, their offense is killing me right now. I'm going to say 42-34.
Man. So I feel like if it was going to be closer, it'd be a lower scoring game based on how our offense has looked. I mean, their defense gave up 29 to Michigan State, 30 to Wisconsin, 23 to Nebraska. I don't know, man. I'm curious how their run defense is, because, I mean, my God, if our offensive line can step up and let Trey run wild, I mean, we'll run away with it, pun very much intended.
Big if. Is Garrett playing? Have you heard?
I haven't heard. No, I haven't heard one way or the other.
I haven't heard what even happened.
I didn't know either. I almost want to say, I mean, I did hear Ryan Day's presser earlier in the week, and I think he was talking about it as if it was like an illness. I don't think it was COVID. I just think he was like feeling under the weather, and we ultimately decided, like, let's just keep you out. Or he wasn't good enough to go. Maybe he had some Chipotle chicken burrito, got food poisoning. You and I can both speak on behalf of that. That's quite plausible.
Here we go. This is on the 11th. Is that today?
Today, yesterday.
Yesterday. Ryan Day on wide receiver Garrett Wilson. He's had a good week of practice, and we'll see how he does today.
Well, it sounds like it's trending in the right direction, at least.
We need answers, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I don't know. I mean, we should be able to beat Purdue without him, albeit a good Purdue team, relatively speaking. But I mean, if we're gonna make the playoff, I mean, we need these last 3 ranked wins, and we need to get some confidence and figure out some things and get good tests. So it is a tough backloaded schedule, though. I will say that much. I just don't think anyone predicted Michigan State to be that good.
Right.
Yeah,
it's legit.
Give me Ohio State 41, Purdue 20. So, by that logic, I cover.
Okay. I mean, I like that score better than mine. I mean, it's optimistic.
I mean, I'll give you a right to change it. However, it's going to be locked in stone on the PTC podcast from here on out. Edged in stone. All right, so
it's going to be cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it gonna rain?
No, I don't think it's supposed to rain. In the low 40s.
All right, we can work with that. With that. CJ's got to get some reps in the cold anyways, considering the next 2 weeks, I suppose. All right, well, how do you think the game plays out? You think we're able to run the rock better than we've been able to the last 2 weeks?
No, I think it's going to be more JSN show. I think he goes.
Why not?
Buck 72 scores is my prediction.
I don't know if there's a defensive backfield in the country that can stop him, especially when you got CO2 out there. And then, pick your third. Fleming, Egbuka, Wilson. Doesn't matter. Bring in Caleb Burton right now. Let him run some routes out there. He'll do just fine. Yeah. So you think it's going to be mostly air raid. How many times do you think CJ throws? I think he threw like 54 last week.
Threw 54 last week. I'm going to say he throws 45.
How many rushes? Not for CJ, as a team.
Negative. for Trey?
Yeah.
I think Trey gets 16 to 20 touches, tops.
What would you like to see him at? Probably closer to like 25?
If they run the fucking ball outside, yeah, he can give him to 20 times because he'll score at least 3 of those.
Yeah, then it would probably only be 16 because he's going to be on the bench in the second half.
Right, yeah. It should be 20 to 25.
Yeah. It is a wild concept. You have that dynamic of a playmaker, and you try to run him in between the tackles versus get him out in space, let him do what he does best.
That's poor coaching, to be honest. It's poor play calls.
I mean, I feel like they're going off of whatever the defense is showing, though. Maybe the defense is trying to take that away. No?
I mean, I got an 8th grade education on football. That's why I hung up the cleats. And I can watch this and tell you, every time he goes outside, even on a counter play that goes through the tackle, he gets 10 yards.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I sweep. When's the last time you seen a sweep?
It's been a minute. But I tell you what, Trey can bring that back. I don't disagree. I don't think we ran much in terms of screen passes for him either, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Put him behind a convoy. Let him go to work.
That tired fucking screen pass to the receiver where one of them can't block and he gets blown up for 5 yards.
I hate that play, like that little bubble screen or something, and it's like 2v2 man to man. So then you have to count on one blocking and then one making a move on an open guy. And as good as our receivers are, it's just a bad play call.
I think we got one for 15. He got called back as Marvin Harrison held.
Yeah.
Which, shocker there.
Yeah. I'll say this much. I think the offensive line is going to step up, and we have to impose our will on Purdue. I mean, you have to. I understand they're playing well. I understand they're formidable when you give them the respect, but come on. Purdue's defensive linemen, in terms of the recruiting rankings, everything else, they have no business blowing up our run plays.
I agree with you.
We should be able to tell them, hey, we're going to run the rock every single play for this entire game, and should still be able to win.
Well,
however,
it seemed like that was his game plan last week.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Yeah, then he kind of jumped ship and did that overcorrection a little bit.
We're gonna lose.
Yeah, yeah. You have too much talent in the backfield, and to be honest with you, I like Mayan coming in after him as well. I think Mayan's a great running back. Certainly, he can't make house calls quite like Trey can, but he can get you first downs.
He's better than Teague, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't disagree. Yeah, but long story short, I think we'll block better. I think we'll run the rock better. I think you'll see Trey get back to the over the century mark. Hopefully, a tutty or two. And I just let CJ make routine throws, man. Again, I don't know much about their defense, but I know as a team they're all right. And then obviously, I mean, what do you think? You think you just shadowed? Was it David Bell with?
Denzel?
Yeah, with Denzel Burke.
Yeah.
I think that's a move.
I think that's a right call.
He has the highest incompletion rating when being thrown at out of any defensive back in the country. I saw its stat just yesterday.
That's pretty.
He's amazing. Ridiculous. Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's just I can't stop saying it.
Final segment tonight, and I got this for you. And I need quick answers here because there's a lot of them.
Talk to me.
All right, just give me a name.
All right.
I'm running through the top 25 tomorrow. Can you give me?
We're talking college football.
Yeah.
All right.
Bama versus New Mexico State. That's a fucking barn. All right, we don't need to answer that one.
All right.
Michigan, Penn State. We already talked about that.
Penn State, yeah.
Oklahoma, Baylor at Baylor.
That's an interesting one. I think I last saw the line. I want to say Oklahoma -7. 5.5. That might have been what I saw too. I mean, I'm rooting for Baylor. I think Caleb Williams is going to be special. I think he's starting to blossom. I think a lot of people are still judging Oklahoma when Spencer Rattler was behind the sticks. So with Caleb Williams, give me Oklahoma covering 5.5.
That's the Jim Jones answer. Drink the Kool-Aid. All right.
Wait, what do you got?
Oh, I got Baylor by 2
money line.
Take it to the bank. I'm not drinking the fucking Kool-Aid on a kid that's played 4 games. All right, moving on. Mississippi State at Auburn.
Give me Auburn.
Okay. Northwestern at Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is gonna steamroll them.
The Utes at Arizona.
Y'all Utes steamroll them.
Yeah, that's a 1-8 Arizona team. Yikes.
Yeah, looks like there's not a ton of great matchups outside.
Georgia at Tennessee, 3:30.
Give me Georgia covering. Let me tell you why. I know you said make it quick, but I got to expand on this real quick. Tennessee starting quarterback. He started over Joe Milton. When I think Joe might have been hurt. Obviously, Joe Milton being the transfer from Michigan. 2 weeks ago, after their win, again 2 weeks ago, hurt his knee dancing in the locker room. Don't know to the extent of the injury. Could have been a small sprain. Could have been an unhappy triad. We're not really sure to the extent of the injury. So it's probably going to be Joe Milton they trot out there or a hobbled QB. I bet they score no more than 10 points. I bet Georgia gets a pick 6 or 2. Georgia wins by 30 plus.
Okay. That's where I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We got us. We know that's going to play out bloodbath.
Of course.
Minnesota at Iowa. That's an interesting one.
It is. Believe it or not, give me Minnesota, who's on their
rowing the fucking boat.
I'm rowing the boat with the crew.
Row the other way.
You're going Iowa?
1,000%. 1,000%.
You're flying with the Hawkeyes?
PJ Fleck's a poser.
I think he just signed an extension. I like PJ, man.
Well, he should.
You ever see him sprint? You ever see him sprint to the other end of the field in between quarters?
Yeah. You heard it here first. Within his extension, blown hammy. At some point, I'm saying 2 to 3 years, he's going to blow one, and then that sprint's gone.
Didn't lace those cleats as tight as he should have. Takes an awkward step. There goes the hamstring.
Yeah, that's he's one move away.
Yeah.
Okay. Southern Miss at, was it University of Texas San Antonio?
Yeah, the Road Runners.
9-0.
I don't know what Southern Miss is, but give me the Road Runners.
Yeah, minus 33. That might not be enough for a 1-8 Southern Miss team. That might get ugly.
They're on to basketball season.
Maryland at Michigan State.
Michigan State wins big. I will say this much though: Michigan State, the biggest chink in their armor is they can't defend the pass. And if there's one thing that Maryland can do, it is throw the rock. So
throw picks.
I think there's a chance. Yeah, but Michigan State's not known for getting picks.
Give me Maryland by 7.
All right.
A&M at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Well, I'm a huge Matt Corral fan. Give me Ole Miss. Ole Miss against anybody.
I'd like to see Texas A&M lose about 3 more.
Yeah.
To make that loss look even worse.
I couldn't agree more.
The Golden Domers at Virginia.
Give me Virginia. I like their quarterback. I watched a game or two of theirs, and they hit the over for me by scoring a shitload of points in like week 2 or 3. Couldn't even tell you who was against. But yeah, give me Virginia. I'm not buying Notre Dame either.
No, I'm not either. NC State at Wake. Night game.
Give me NC State. Wake Forest is on to basketball season. They already took their L. Wind is out of the sails. Plus, NC State's known for pulling upsets.
Okay. Fighting former Brett Bielema's versus Coach O at LSU.
I'm going against Coach O, no matter what.
Arkansas.
Give me Arkansas, yeah. They fell off the map pretty hard, but yeah, I'll take Arkansas.
TCU.
You're not saying any of your picks.
I agree with most of them.
All right. Give me, since Gary Patterson got canned, give me Oklahoma State. Even though Oklahoma State is way overranked. They should be behind Penn State and Purdue, if you want my honest opinion.
They're 10th.
They've played one ranked team and they lost.
Yeah, it's not good. They'll beat Oklahoma next week, though. Heard it here first.
Yeah.
The Flying Crimson flag of Washington State versus Oregon.
Well, because I love
10:30 kick.
God, that's late. I guess that is 7:30 out there, though. Yeah, give me Oregon. I don't think Washington State has it.
I'm gonna go with the upset.
You're gonna respect old boy that brings the flag to every game day.
He's like at 370 straight game day sets.
Dude, you gotta respect that. Did they do a story on him? Is he just like a retired rich dude that just travels with the game day?
I don't think it's kind of like that Marlins fan that used to go sit behind home plate in the orange.
Yeah.
I want to say that there's different, like it might be still in the family, but different guys go.
The Brotherhood of the Traveling Flag.
Yeah, whether they're not traveling 5 and 4 to Oklahoma, so that might have been a bad call.
That's all right. You're locked in. I respect it. It's a bold pick.
I'm fucking locked in.
It's a bold pick.
We got Fighting Colin Kaepernick versus San Diego State. Night game.
I don't know anything about either team. Give me San Diego State. Because I would rather live in San Diego than I would Reno
Nevada.
Or wherever
Nevada
is. Yeah. Give me San Diego State.
Okay. By the way, Cincinnati's up 14-7 now. Early in the second.
All right. Well,
it's not that big a shocker.
We're gonna need the Bulls to battle back.
That's a 2-7 Bulls team.
I did see that. Yeah.
That's not good.
Bulls got the rock though. They should be all right. They can come down and make a play.
Yeah, because Cincinnati just scored. I mean,
Desmond Ritter. He's 12 for 13. He's pretty efficient. The issue is his one incompletion was not, in fact, an incompletion. It was an interception, possibly returned for a touchdown. I can't confirm nor deny.
So we don't know if Jay Magnum ran for 2 yards TD. So it might have been a pick to the 2.
Could have been.
Because there's not many total yards here for the Bulls.
They're going to have to find something.
We have 31 total yards with 9 minutes to go in the second
it's
for the
not
Bulls.
great. Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, they're going to need to do more than that.
Yeah, it's looking like this could get ugly early, but we'll see. We'll keep our ear to the ground on that. All right, bro. You got any last notes?
Let's go Duke, beat Army. Go Duke, beat Army.
All right. Go Bucks, beat Niagara, who's now coached by Greg Paulus, by the way.
I heard it here first. Greg Paulus, T5, best point guard in Duke history, and maybe the best quarterback in Syracuse history. I mean, name me another guy that's done that.
I'd have trouble. I mean, yeah.
I'd transfer to a different sport and start.
that is pretty legendary. I mean, you give me Greg Paulus, I will respond with, I'll give you Bo Jackson.
Because you're such an Auburn fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Rex Kern could have done either, I suppose. But that's neither here nor there. So, all right, bro. Good one as always. I might give you a shout later. I just got to run because I got that session here coming up. So, I honestly, the dad may have forgotten about it as well because neither of us have texted the other one. So maybe we're just like good. With it.
Hop on, get that taken care of.
Yeah.
We'll chat later.
Yeah. I'll give you a shout here in a little bit.
Okay, man.
All right, buddy. Yep. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you.
See ya.
Peace.